Good morning from a very wet and autumnal Kent in the southeast of England. I'm on my way to watch Phoebe's football match this morning. Dan took her down earlier, and obviously we've only got one car still at the moment, my car, so he had all the footballs and all the equipment, so he took her down a little while ago in the car. Fortunately it's only like a 15-20 minute walk away, so I'm heading down there. I'm already getting really hot though. Got a jumper on and my lovely blue waterproof coat with yellow lining. Can you see? Oh, you can see it on the arm. But yeah, getting a bit hot. I'm listening to Daisy Darker still. Perfect Halloween listening. Can you believe this is the second to last day of Vlogtober? Oh my goodness. Seems to have flown by. Come and look for some worms. Look, I know I'm removing the pots for cleaning. I am not providing you with snacks. Contrary to what you might think, that is not my sole purpose in life. Hello, it is now 2:30 in the afternoon, and it's marvellous because the clocks went back last night. So every time I look at the clock thinking I'm running out of time, I'm not. My mum's going to come over about 4. We're going to have a roast dinner, and I'm just getting all the veg and stuff ready. We're going to have a roast chicken. I get asked a lot if we still eat chicken, because obviously we have chickens. And we do still eat chicken, and we only eat free-range chickens, and we make sure we're aware of where our food comes from, and we're not naive about it, and we take care of our own chickens, and we will never eat them. So that's the answer to that question. And I wanted to show you my finished chemo cap that I did. So the pattern, said that really weird then, didn't I? The pattern was a free pattern for a really basic beanie, where you basically just start with a crochet circle and then start crocheting flat so that you get something like this. And then I just added 3 rows, I think it was. Yeah, 3 rows of half double crochet, and I'm talking in American terms here, at the bottom as a little rib. I think it might be a bit tight. I find it very comforting and snug. Let me just put it on. So it looks a bit like, Dan said last night, it looks a bit like a 1970s, bit 70s hippie. And I really like it. I actually really do love the colour and how it sits, and I think it'd be really lovely with a bobble on top as well. But I'm going to do it again, I think, with a slight, I did this with a 4mm hook, the yarn is DK, it's Drops Muscat. And I think I'm going to go up to a 4.5 just to make it a little bit looser, or maybe a 4.25 actually, just to give it a bit of breathing room. Yeah, but I'm really pleased with it. The pattern, I can't remember what it's actually called or who it's by, so I shall either pop it on the screen or link it underneath. So I'm going to move on to my next one, which is a knitted one, and somebody left me a comment actually recommending one, so I might go and have a look at that as well. But that is Chemo Cat number 1. I want to make a few to give her options to choose from. And I have tried it, I pushed my fringe out of the way so I can feel it against my head, and it feels very soft, very sort of non-irritating. It feels of nothing really because it's such a soft cotton. Yeah, might have to make myself one. So I'm going to get my audiobook on. I've been listening away to it throughout today whenever I've been doing chores. And I'm going to prepare the vegetables. Dan is just over there, I'll show you in a minute. He's making a start on carving out the inside of the pumpkins so we can carve them later. And I've made stuffing for the chicken, as I just said, and then I got distracted. And I've made it the way my mum always made it. So it is a my mum is Scottish, she grew up in Scotland, and this is what she always had. So it is Scottish, other people might do it differently, but basically it's oatmeal, which is this stuff, a bit shiny. So it's like a really fine ground oat. You can use it for porridge. I'll try and show you what it looks like. So you can use it for porridge if you want a nice smooth porridge, but it's not the same as porridge oats, which are much larger. These are actually jumbo porridge oats, but just to give you an example. So you can see they're not as finely ground. So I mix that with finely chopped onion and a little bit of salt and vegetable oil. And I couldn't really tell you what the quantities are because I always just do it by sight. The way my mum taught me how to do it many, many years ago. We're also going to have some roast parsnips, some roast potatoes. I'm going to use some of the dried rosemary that I got from the walled garden at work. I might use some of the dried basil as well. We're going to cook some swede whole in the microwave, then mash it. And we've also got some purple sprouting, British purple sprouting broccoli as well. I think that's everything. So I'm going to get started with that so it's all ready. And that's it. And I'm going to watch the chickens happily bocking about in the garden whilst I do it. Finding all the worms.
You terrify me, do you?
That's how I was.
Yeah. Ooh, it's so activity going on here.
Hello!
Hello.
Your fans have been waiting to see.
Your orange one looks really good.
Oh, very nice.
Very good, you. I've just served up the roast dinner. Completely forgot to film the cooking of it because we were all chatting and having a nice time. And I think I'm getting to the end of my vlogging month now. I keep forgetting. So I shall show you what we are having.
Give me the
roast
stuffing
potatoes with garlic, for those that want garlic.
Leo, can I have the stuffing?
Shop bought
Thank
frozen
you.
Yorkshire puddings because
They're
that's
the
just
best.
quicker.
Oh, I haven't got any stuffing.
You want some stuffing? Oh, Phoebe's got the stuffing. That is the Scottish oat stuffing, roasted parsnips, and this is mashed swede.
And I've got everything.
Purple sprouting broccoli, and a granny. Good evening, viewers. We interrupt
We
with this vlog for an important Scottish announcement.
Yes, important for Halloween.
Subtitles will follow.
Subtitles will.
When did
What?
I go?
Well, it's recording.
Oh.
So Mum's here. A lot of you have said that you've missed her.
Oh.
And your stories, and you were just telling me a story about Halloween. Well, you were telling me a story about Halloween and sort of this time of year in Scotland, but then you followed it up with, or maybe it was just our village. And I thought it might be interesting to hear, because you were telling Phoebe about the guising.
Yes,
and,
that's what we did.
And the turnips.
That's right, yeah. We did something round about Halloween this time of the year called guising, and we would get dressed up in like old clothes, you know, like it wasn't costumes as such. It was like more like tramps, you know. And it was. I think a lot of it might have been tied up with penny for the guy, because it's. I think it was for money.
Yeah.
And I think it was for fireworks, for bonfire night.
Ah,
yeah, but it was called guising anyway, and we would go out and knock on people's doors and say penny for the guy or whatever. But some people wouldn't just give you money, they required you to do something like say a poem or sing a song, or you do something to earn, you know, the penny that they were going to give you. And that's what I remember about it. I know it was round about Halloween. I can't remember if it was actually on Halloween. It probably was on Halloween, but I think the purpose of it was for November.
The 5th of November.
Yeah, the 5th of November, I think.
And what about the turnip? Because she was telling us this, and she was beginning to sound like Mary from Ghosts. Like, we used to carve turnips.
The neat. It's not a turnip, it's a neat.
Which is actually a swede.
Yeah. Yeah, what you call a sweet.
Yeah.
It's a turnip. No, my
The
dad.
rest of the world calls it a swede. Especially nutters in Scotland.
Well, my dad used to hollow out a nape and put a candle in it, and then but we took that with us on bonfire night, because there was always in the village, there was a bonfire in one of the farmers' fields that everybody just gathered with, and everybody had their nape. And the only fireworks I can remember were like bangers. The boys all shoot bangers, hate them. And rockets, of course. Sparklers.
Quite surprised.
My favourites were the Catherine wheel. Dad used to nail them on the fence. Yeah.
We did that one year at our old house, and it didn't twirl, and it just burnt a hole in the fence.
Yes, they did have a habit. They weren't quite as reliable as the ones nowadays, but
That's interesting.
it was a long time ago, so my memories are a bit sketchy.
Yeah. It sounds like it's connected a lot with bonfire night more than.
I think it was. I think I read somewhere that. You know how Halloween is so big in America. I think it actually originated in had its roots in like Scotland and Ireland.
Yeah.
At this time of the year, so it probably
got Celtic.
But I haven't really looked into it. But but that's what I remember.
Yeah. There you go, little Halloween seasonal memory. We're going to go watch the Strictly results now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Mother.
You're welcome.
It is 7:10. It's that terrible lighting where I have to get really close to you now. I've just done that, and now I'm going to move away again because I'm getting some wine out of the fridge. Oh no. So this is one that we tried last night, and it's a new one on me. I really like Vino Verde. Sorry about this. So I really like Vino Verde, and this is a new one that Aldi's are doing, and it's called Orinto Vino Verde, and it's this one. So if you're a white wine drinker like me, I don't like to drink anything over about 11.5% alcohol, otherwise I just fall asleep. And I want to watch the Strictly results. So I'm going to have a glass of this. I'm going to pour it, take a sip, then I'm going to go and put my pyjamas on. We're going to watch the Strictly results. And then we'll probably catch up a bit on the Masked Dancer because we're really behind. I think we just got the final to watch. So we'll probably do that as well. And it's great because the clocks went back last night. We really do feel like it's been a really nice, long, leisurely day. We've had time to do stuff that usually we wouldn't have time to do. It just feels, the clock's going back is so much easier than the clock's going forward, isn't it? So chickens are in bed, cat's gone home. I've just realised there are another pumpkin there that I need to carve tomorrow. Pumpkins are all inside so they don't get eaten by snails overnight, and all is well with the world. So this is a second to last Vlogtober. Cheers to you, whatever you're drinking, cup of tea, glass of wine, or something else. Milkshake. What was that? All right, apparently I'm so cringe. So here's to that. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm not really walking off with the bottle of wine. I'm going to put it back in the fridge.